Hello, hello, hello. Dr. Rimka. It's going to take a minute to let the eyeballs start coming into the room for our Partner Up, Spring Up, Riemann Facebook group extravaganza. And if you didn't see my pro tip on how you can speed me up on the replay, make sure you go see that. But you can speed me up if you're watching the replay. All right, eyeballs are coming into the room. Eyeballs are coming into the room. I will give a little bit of time. Why don't you drop in the chat? Let me see if I can even see what the chat is. Sometimes it's a little bit of a delay. It's a little strange. Where you're coming in from. Hi, Christine. I can see you. I can see Cherry Lee East. Cherry? I'm assuming that's how you say it. Got a few eyeballs, not a lot. Maybe it's just going to be low attendance. That's going to be fine. But I do like to give it just a little time because there is a Facebook tech delay of getting people into the room and blah, blah, blah. Today I'm going to talk about something. Thursday's always follow-up, right? So I'm going to do follow-up. We kind of keep the same Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday schedule with different speakers talking about different things. Hi, Bonnie. We might just have super low attendance, which is great, which means people are out there inviting or doing whatever they're doing. Because what are you going to do? You're going to invite, you're going to connect, you're going to follow up. And you're going to keep doing that over and over again. All right, let's get into it. What I'm going to talk about today. Hi, Molly. All right. I can kind of read my comments. That's good. Sometimes I need glasses, sometimes I don't. Here we go. What I'm going to talk about, it is follow-up, but I think sometimes people don't follow up because they lack posture. Now, Ray Higdon did a training last Friday. If you did not see that, please go into the guides and find Ray Higdon's training on posture. You will not be sorry. That is something somebody even like that I can listen to over and over again, and I probably have higher posture than a lot of you. And I didn't know that's what was making me good at what I did until he explained it to me. I'm like, oh, that's why. That's what I need. So I learned that I need to teach other people how to raise their posture. That would be the best thing I could learn to teach them how to do. I'm not saying I've mastered that, but I'm working on it, all right? So here's what I'm going to go over. What I want to recap, first of all, let's revisit a little bit of the stats from last time just to keep it real fresh from the last training. 45% of network marketers never follow up. 25% quit after one follow-up. 12% are going to quit more after like the 3 follow-ups. So that means 82% of people quit before most people even make a decision. All right? So most people are quitting. 82% of network marketers quit because they don't get to the enough follow-ups. And what you have to remember is 80% of the people you talk to, they say yes between the 5th and 12th contact. So 80% of planners are going to come then, and even customers, it's in between the 5th and 12th contact. So when someone gives you, we're going to talk about why people stop, and it's usually because of objections. You know, like, I don't know what to say. Okay, kind of freak out deer in the headlights. And we're going to talk about maybe what you can say back to people. All right, so when someone gives you an objection, the first thing you have to understand is, like, if they do it, especially in the first or second contact, because we already know people don't make decisions until the 5th, usually, you have to know that you're on the right track. You're doing it right. You didn't do anything wrong. Totally normal, so don't stop. Don't back down. You're doing it the right way. So the title, Posture Over Pressure. How to handle objections like a pro. What does that mean? What is posture? Let me review. Posture is a strong belief in what you are doing, so much so that it doesn't require anybody else's acceptance, approval, or support. I don't care if you accept it. I don't need your approval. I don't need you to support me. I'm going to do it regardless of what anyone else says or does or sees me doing. That's posture. I don't care. What? I don't need you. So a lot of people are like, I can't do it. Why can't my husband support me? Why do you need your husband's support? I don't understand that. So, but we're going to talk about that, okay? That's posture, right? So we have to increase that in people, right? So we're going to reframe, first of all, objections. They're not rejections. They actually, if they took the time to tell you to make up a story, to say something, they said it, that means they're actually curious. All right, because you've probably said all these same things before you've bought something. And so if they do it, they are thinking about it. They're coming up with ways like that they can't do it, but it means they're thinking about how they can do it. They're curious, and your job is to help lead them down the other path. All right, so I'm going to be really honest. A lot of people think like I just walked into this industry, with my BDE, my big, bold energy. And I didn't. So let me explain a little something here. When I first said yes to this business, to network marketing, to MLM, I was still scared to share it. I didn't post about it on social media. I didn't invite people. I didn't do what was called prospecting. I did not reach out to people for years, okay? I especially didn't talk to colleagues, healthcare professionals, other doctors, right? No. We're actually taught not to do this. Like, it's bad for your reputation. So I was definitely afraid of what they'd think, of how they'd judge me, and them saying, oh, you're doing one of those things? Rimka, what are you doing? Why would you, what? Like, are you a sellout? Like, listen, I had that too, all right? So I hid it, and I stayed quiet, and I only talked to the people who came to me. I let them come to me. I was able to say it in little places, and the word was getting out, but I was using kind of hidden attraction marketing to do it. And the truth was, I realized I loved the product so much. I would have a product I really loved and believed in, and I saw what was possible in the leaders above me and around me. I would see that they were making 10 times what I was making, but I was actually better at doing some of the things. And they like, why was their return on investment with the time so much bigger than mine? So once I started hearing that and seeing, I'm like, I want what they have. I realized this is something very powerful, that the only way to shift the stigma of MLM out there with all these doctors, all these friends of mine, all these people who would watch me doing what I'm doing and respected me very highly for certain things. The only way is if someone like me was able to stand tall in it publicly. Now, that didn't come overnight. I had to invest money, time, plane tickets, energy to build my own posture in network marketing, to believe in MLM, to where I'm cool with it. Like, yep, go ahead, sling your mud. I'm fine. I wasn't born like that. I really did have to build it here. So you're in good hands. Now, maybe I'll teach you another day how I did that. What were the steps I took? If you're interested in that, let me know. And maybe another one of the trainings I do, I'll just talk about my journey and what I did and how that might help you, okay? So what I learned from that, what I hope that story told you, is that the objections from others are nothing compared to the silent objections we hold within ourselves. But what I learned is posture is a choice. And I made mine. And I dove into it deeply. That's what you see before you now. But it took me a while to get here, okay? All right, so let's talk about some of the objections and what a good posture-based response would look like. These are just examples. These are not the best examples, let's say. They're just things that I do. So I wrote down a few of the big ones that we hear a lot. Feel free to drop new ones in the chat if you're like, oh, this is what I hear all the time or whatever. And we'll see if we can come up with some good postured responses for you. Here we go. Let's talk about some of them. And posture means you respond with confidence. It's not defensive. And it's not attachment. You're just not attached to what they say, right? What they do. It's just, I don't know, I'm just sharing, and what they do with that is none of my business. I'm not in control, right? Here's the objection. I don't have the money. Okay. So I'm going to give you a few responses kind of to me in like weakest to strongest. Okay. Here's something we could say. Totally get it. I felt the same way. Then I found out in only 20 minutes a day, that was enough to start building something very real and to give me more time. That's one way to do it. Here's another one. A little stronger. Well, there's a few different ways. You said, well, oh, you don't have any money. Wow, then you really need to find a way to create passive income like me. This is how I did it. This might not be for you, but I definitely encourage you to find something like this so you can get more free time. There's another one. Another one, it gets a little stronger to me because you're going to blow them off here. Oh, okay, cool. No problem. Do you know anybody who does want to make some extra money? That kind of thing. So you just kind of you have to keep going with it with them, and it's oh, here's another one. I hear you. I find that people who, say they don't have any money are typically the ones that need this opportunity. Sounds like you need money. I don't know how you wouldn't want to look at this then. So kind of like that. There's different ways, Sounds like you need this more than anybody then, right? So not, oh, I know, oh yeah, I know, times are hard and things are expensive and you're right. You don't say any of that, just move on with it. Okay, I don't have any time. That was, I kind of blended the two a little bit. I don't have any time. Here's one I like with I don't have any time. Oh, perfect. Great. Because then I really want you to look at this, because I find that busy people, people who do the best in this business are busy. Busy people do a lot of stuff. So I really want to work with you. Aren't we all busy? Busy is good. You just kind of flip it on them oh, well, I never thought of it that way. Okay. Or you could go with, I don't have any time. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Then I think you really need to find, a way to make passive income. You have to say it oh, yeah, then I guess you better find a way to get more time. You want to just keep trading your hours for dollars? That doesn't, you know what I mean? So there's that. There's a couple ways to say it. Here's another one. I'm not a salesperson. Good. Neither am I. And neither is 90% of my team. So this isn't about selling. It's about sharing. And I'm pretty sure you're good at sharing because everybody learned how to do that in kindergarten, right? I say it like that. It's kind of, I like to make a joke with them because I think people relax when you make them laugh. Here's an objection. I need to think about it. Absolutely. Out of curiosity, though, is there something specific that you're unsure about? So I would ask a question for something like that, because if you know what they're thinking about, that might lead you to them saying, I actually don't have any money. Oh, okay. Well, then we really should set aside time for you to listen to this because you desperately need help. I want to help you make more money. I don't want you to ever tell somebody you can't afford it again. You see what I'm saying? That question, what are you thinking about? And then they'll say, I just really am overwhelmed with lack of time. Well, if you don't have free time on your hands, then we really need to create passive income so you do have time. You see, then you go right to the next one, okay? Objection. Is this an MLM? Is this a pyramid scheme? Is this one of those things that you have to be at early? Yeah. Even if they say pyramid scheme, I just say yes. I don't defend or deny, or define. I don't do it. Absolutely. And I'm proud of it. You know why? Because I am so grateful, in fact, because this model gives everyday people the chance to finally earn what they're worth. No matter where they came from, no matter what they did. This is the greatest rocky comeback story business I've ever been in. Couldn't be prouder. That's it. You want to hear about it or not? Oh, okay. Well, why did you say it like that? Wait, why did I say? You should hear the stories. Girl, I know this alcoholic who now is making $100,000 a month. I know this drug addict woman. Now she gives money to charities and she's made 50 millionaires on her team. Are you kidding me? Like they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you don't know about this? So then you talk to them about it. See, that's posture. Another one. I've tried that so many times and I've lost money every time and it's never worked. I was like, oh, so here's a strong way to do it. Oh, you've tried, oh, you have. Okay, all right. Then you're like, oh, well then what would make this different for you? What would make this time different? And they're like, what? I don't know. So by asking that question, it makes them have to think about it. I don't know. What would make this time different? I don't know. Well, and then they find the positive, like, well, I have a little bit more time on my hands now. Oh, okay. Well, if you have more time, then you could develop your skill set and work with me and my team and use our systems, and you probably, maybe you think you could be coachable to learn the way we do it to finally win. Well, yeah, I could do that. You know, you kind of have to switch it for them to be like, well, you kind of go, oh, well then, yeah, if you've not been good at it, I wonder could you do anything, what would make it different for you this time? So what you're looking for is, are they hungry, coachable, and willing? Are they willing? Are they hungry? Are they coachable? That's what I'm trying to do when I ask these questions, you know what I mean? Another one, the products are so expensive. Oh, I was like, well, the owner of the company could have used cheaper ingredients, but they wanted to make sure they had something that worked. Done. Oh, yeah. Like, notice how I just said it. I didn't ask their permission. I didn't ask the this. I didn't go back and forth on, oh, well, yeah, but we have a special this and a giant this and our own lava and our own, I don't say all that. I'm like, well, you can go with, you know, this company doesn't use cheap ingredients because they want to guarantee that products work and they're really safe. They could have made lesser choices. I'm not down with that. Done. That's it. So here's what you do with objections, you guys. Always remember the feel, felt, found. Okay, if nothing else, if you don't know what else to do, say it like this. If you're stuck and you're like, you feel, and your posture just collapsed, feel whatever they say. I totally get how you feel, that you don't have enough time, that you don't have enough money, that it's an MLM. Felt. I felt the same way. I was a little bit freaked out of people's opinions of me doing network marketing too. I remember that. But what I found was I met some of the most incredible human beings and my life has been expanded. I'll cry. And you know, when you cry with them, boy, they damn well know you feel it and you ain't lying. I've met the most incredible people in my life from this industry. So I'm grateful for it. You know, like that's it. You tell the truth. So, like I get how you don't want to feel salesy. I felt the same way. But what I found is if you just believe in the product and you're weepy like Dr. Rimka, you never feel like you're selling. I'm never selling anybody. I'm not doing it, right? So there's that. All right, here's what you got to remember. Recap. You don't need perfect words. Never. You don't need scripts. You need honest belief. I hope I'm showing you that. People feel your posture. They feel you. That's it. Are you telling the truth or lying? Do you believe in the products? Do you believe in the company? Do you believe in your leaders or not? If you do, lean into it, okay? Even if you don't know what to say. And here's the mantra. Remember, I had you guys write it down. Commit to it. I follow up at least 13 times before I quit. I will never quit. So there's that. All right. Objections are very, very normal. Posture is the energy that is attracting people. You can build it. You lean into people who have high posture on your team to help you. The energy leads the way. I'll leave you with this last stat. The best enrollers in network marketing, the best people who recruit, planner, pop, popcorn like Jiffy Pop, they're only recruiting like 30% of the time. Like they get a 30% success rate. What does that mean? They struck out 7 times to bat. Struck out only 3 times. In a 10-time round, did they get on base? 7 people said no, 3 said yes out of 10. What does that mean? Those are the best people. They're the best. So if you're not doing that, stop feeling bad. Like, okay, here's why. Please remember this, and this is where posture comes into play. You are interviewing them. Okay? You aren't begging them. You are screening them. You decide. This is your business. You choose. You get to work with who you want here. You don't have to bring everybody on your team. That's what the interview process is about. Do you want to deal with that person or not? Trust me, some people are not worth it. Bye. So, be willing, this is the pro tip, be willing to say goodbye. Be willing to walk away. Be willing to say, after some conversations where these people are on your nerves and you don't like them, that'll happen. They're mean, they're nasty, they're condescending. That's bye. That's yeah, I'm not sure this is the right fit for you and me. Good luck. Best of luck with you. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Release. Bless and release. You can bless and release people even that want to join your business because they're not a good fit. Okay? Now, when you are able to do that, all of your posture and all of your business will change. People will be pounding down your door to work with you. Like, but you don't want to take me? Why? But I mean, but what? I'm like, oh, well, this is how we do things here. So, you know, I don't know if we understood each other. Oh, okay. So for me, one of the most common strategies that I will do if I am not resonating with someone, let's say the style doesn't work well for me, and usually for me, that's slowness and hesitation. I only can work with so many builders at a time. I have to allocate my resources and my energy very, very strongly. I like speed. I like very aggressive, fast-moving individuals. So if these people who are going to come into my team are taking, I mean, I don't see why we would need 27 conversations to pay $20 to build. I'm not doing it. That's my style. So I just pass them along to somebody else. If that's the style they need that much hand-holding, they need that much nurturing, they need that much slowness. They're a green personality, they want 87 details and a spreadsheet, and where did this add? Now, I'm not doing it. I don't do that. So I give them to somebody else. See, I release them. Great, why don't you talk to so-and-so? She's willing to, when you get to the point you can just give away people because you're just like, it's not worth it for me. Not that they're not, like, I work with who I want. You are the opportunity. You have the gift. You are the blessing. You are not the annoyance. That's the shift. I have the gift in my hands. If you can't see that, that's not my problem. You see what I'm saying? That's posture. So that's how I do it. So here's what I want you to do in the chat. Drop your favorite objection. Objections mean curiosity. Objections is an opportunity to keep having a conversation into they're not ready yet, and they're thinking about it, and they're thinking, our brain is designed to see the danger. So they're thinking about the dangers, and then your job is to make it safe again. Oh, now make it safe again with your posture. And if you don't have it, you start bringing them into the leaders who do have it for you. You lean into that. That's what the connecting into a tool, a 3-way or whatever. You're like, I don't know how to tell them how they can make money because I haven't made any money. Well, bring them to some of us who have, and we got the posture, so it's okay, right? So drop it in there, and then we can all practice together, like on the common objections and the various high posture ways to respond. Always a pro tip, it's short and sweet. The shorter posture, the better. Quick sentence, quick whatever, short Zooms, short talks, short texts. That's, because you're not attached. You're not begging. There's my follow-up. How to handle objections with posture, how to grow your posture. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Invites to our glow up party tonight at 8 o'clock, customer focused. And after that is 8 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern is classic PowerPoint presentation opportunity. I think tonight is Karen Kang and somebody. But before that is our 8 p.m. Our team, this director, collaboration specific customer. Been very, very successful. We often max out at 500 people, invite every potential customer, and as well as your current, because we will upsell them for you. That's tonight, 8 o'clock. I believe tonight is maybe Christy Belliston and Dina Peacock, but I could be wrong on that. Doesn't matter. Everybody's really good at it, and we have a great time. We give away things. So it's a very, very fun event. I would suggest planners be respectful and try to get as many prospects and customers on there instead of maybe taking up all the planner seats, so we can get our people on there. Just be aware. If you're on there and you start seeing it max out, if it's at 498, 500 planners, you should probably drop off so your guests can get on. Pro tip. All right, talk to you guys later.